All right, so in this video, I want to talk about something that's universal and it's guaranteed. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what your ethnic background is. I don't care what your economic status is. None of that matters. And it's this here that I want to talk about. Life is short. I don't care how you look at it. And I don't care how much money you have. Life is short and we all go through it. But as a young age, or when I started working, I started to realize at 25 years old and I had a family to take care of, that's when it really hit me that, man, life is so short. And for me, my perspective of it was, as I was working in corporate America and I started to see, well, working for somebody else, if that's what you want to do, well, that's okay. But I know for me, my perspective was, I didn't like the idea of exchanging time for wages because I saw that it wasn't getting me anywhere. So that's why I was so adamant and so persistent on getting my time back. Now, I want to make something clear. I'm not saying corporate America is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't get your time back by working there. You can't become financially free by working there. You can't spend more time with your loved ones and the things that's most important because it's set up for you to work and make them rich instead of yourself. So that's something that I learned, and I'm just sharing this with y'all. Like, for example, when I talk about how life is short, I'm in the hospital right now because I have a loved one in here, and it's good because I could be able to spend time with them, and I don't have to worry about, having to report to my job or a job, and those things don't matter to me as far as reporting to somebody because I got my time back. But here's what I want to say too. I've learned in life when it comes to this, life is short, like I said, and the older that you get, the more it starts to hit home. See, when you're 25 years old, you think you're invincible, life, you could take on anything. You start to get about 35 and 40. Okay, now you're thinking, okay, this stuff is around the corner as far as retirement. Turn 50 and 60, okay, it's right knocking there at your door. And then you reflect and you think back, did I really have a purpose in life? Did I really get anywhere financially? Do I really have anything to show for this? So you got to really sit back and think about it. And that's what I did. So I had this little thought process in my head. Now, for me, it wasn't about cars and boats and mansions and jewelry and designer clothes. That doesn't matter to me, even today. But what I noticed was I wanted my time back. So I didn't have to exchange time for wages. But here was the little hack that I did to help lock me in for this. And it goes like this. I needed to make sure I had micro urgency, but macro patience. Okay, let me go over that again. I wanted micro urgency and macro patience. I understood that when it comes to the real estate game and what I teach, okay, because all I teach is the buy and hold strategy, what I realized was I wanted to get started now. That's why I started at 25. Okay, so I started in the real estate game at 25. I'm here right now at 52. But I realized that I wanted to get started now. And I also realized that when it comes to real estate, that it's a long-term game. This is not a get rich quick scheme. So you have to be patient with it. It's almost like food. When you're dealing with food or like a pot roast, you let it simmer, you let it cook. You can even let it cook overnight. You want it to get that seasoning in there and be juicy. Kind of got to look at it like that. That's the same thing with real estate. It takes time, okay? But that's okay because it's set up like that because you want to build wealth. That's the name of the game. You want to be able to build wealth and leave a legacy for you and your family. At least that's what I was trying to do. And that's what I've been able to create over the years. I started in 2000, we're in 2025, and all those years, it paid off. It's paid off. Now I get to reap the fruits of my labor. But the beautiful thing about real estate is when you hold on to it, see, it's a mature man's game. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Over time, you get this appreciation. The values go up. You get to pull the equity out. You can go get more deals. And then the next deal you get, you're putting little to no money down because you had so much equity in your other deals. That is the name of the game. And when you start to realize that, you can get your life back, okay? But the key is, you know, like I said, life is short. We all know that. There's no question about it. You got to have micro urgency. So start now, because it's not a perfect time to get started. With macro patience, you understand that it takes time, okay? It takes time for these properties to go up in value. It's not like it's going to take forever, okay? Just set it and forget it. That's what you do. You just set it and forget it. And then over time, the value of your properties are going to go up. And that's how you win. That's how I've won. That's how many of us have won in this real estate game. And you could do the same thing too when you learn from somebody who knows what they're doing. But it just took me time, but I finally was able to do it. So here I am in the hospital, not for me, but for somebody else. And you start to realize, man, life is short. It's so short, especially when you get older. The older that you get, the more you start to realize it. And here's a dream that they sold us that is not so true. Oh yeah, you think when you retire at 67 and a half years old, because that's the retirement age, you think that those little few years that you have left, you're gonna enjoy it. Well, not necessarily. That's a facade. That's like a mirage. Because when the older that you get, the less energy you're gonna have, you're not gonna make as much money, and your health, unfortunately, unless you've been taking care of it, most of the time people's health goes down. You're not as young anymore. So why not flip the script and be like, you know what? I want to get started now. If you're 20 years old, start now. You're 25 and 30, start now. You 40, start now. Okay, because there's really no time where it's too late. All I'm saying is wherever you're at, whatever age it is, start now. Micro urgency, macro patience. Give it time. You'll get the fruits of your labor. You're going to get your time back. You're going to get your freedom back, and you can spend time with your loved ones. That way, when you get older, at 67 and a half years old, you're not playing catch up. You're not trying to figure things out. You're not going to make less money, and you can enjoy your time with your loved ones. If you will, if you like this video that I just did, please subscribe if you made it this far, and smash that like button, and also leave a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts are. All right, see you in the next video.